Memories. They can be a blessing or a curse. I think we all have memories that bring guilt or shame, where we didn't do what we knew we should have done, and when we do what we never should have done. Memories. It makes me think of a woman who saw firsthand a loved one deal with guilty memories. I wonder what it would have been like to be the Apostle Peter's wife. Hello. I hear some of you struggle with memories of guilt, shame. How well I know that struggle. Not because of my own guilt. I think it almost might have been easier if it had been my guilt I was bearing, instead of helplessly watching my husband's agony. I remember it as if it were yesterday. Peter came home sobbing. I reach out to try to comfort him, but he pushes me aside and says, "Don't touch me. I'm not worthy. You should leave me. Everyone should leave me. I was such a braggart." I told the master, "Everyone else may leave you, but I never will." And then that despicable traitor, Judas, who we thought was our friend, we trusted him, betrays the master. And then out of nowhere comes all these soldiers to arrest him. I pick up my sword. I am sure that this will be the day that the Lord will establish his kingdom. I take my sword and I slash off the ear of the servant of the high priest. I'll admit my aim was a little off. Wrong person, wrong body part. It was probably just as well. If my aim had been true, not even the master would have been able to save my life. But then the master tells me to put my sword away, that now is not the time to fight. And he picks up the ear, puts it on the head of the servant, and he's as good as new. My world turned upside down, and if now was not the time to fight, then it must be the time to flee. And flee I did. It reminded me of the time when I walked on the water. We were in the boat, and the Lord comes walking toward us on the water. I call to him, "Lord, call to me so that I might walk to you on the water." The others were cowering in the boat, but I just wanted to be with Jesus, and I knew that if he would call to me, I could do it. And he said my favorite word, "Come." And next thing you know, I'm walking on the water. Look at me, I'm walking on the water. But those waves are awfully tall, and what if I fall? Lord, help me! And I felt the same way that day. When I said I would never deny the Lord, I felt like I was about to walk on water. And when I fought for the Lord, I was on the water. But then when he wouldn't fight, I felt like I was drowning in the waves all over again. Only this time it was waves of doubt and confusion and fear and guilt. I want to cry out, "Save me, Lord." But Jesus can't save me. He's not even saving himself. As my husband tells me his story, my heart catches in my throat. My husband could have been killed. He could have been crucified next to Jesus. I reach out again to him, but he pushes my hand aside and continues his story. He followed to see Jesus' fate, but his up was down and his left was right and his right was wrong. And when a servant girl accuses him of being a follower of Jesus, he swears at her and yells, "I never knew him!" An involuntary gasp escapes my lips, and my hand goes to my mouth, aghast at my brave husband's cowardice. Peter turns away. "I'm not fit for your company. I'm not fit for anyone's company." And he leaves me. I'm home alone with nothing but memories to keep me company, no husband to touch or hold. And I remember what Peter was like before he met Jesus. And then when my brash, brusque husband comes home and tells me that he has become the disciple of a Jewish rabbi, I think he's joking. But he's serious. And then I think, oh, it's just a momentary impulse. He'll find something else. But he didn't. He would come home and tell me the most amazing stories. I would say, "Tell me again about when you walked on the water with Jesus." Oh, I wish I could have seen it. I wish I could have done it. But would this latest horror be my final memory of my husband? Would it be his final story? I wait and I pray for my husband. And then a couple of days later, he comes home and we hug. My old Peter is back, full of bravado and joy. And yet, there's something different. He has such peace. And then he tells me the amazing news. The rumors are true. Jesus is alive, risen from the dead. And he has forgiven my husband. That's where the joy and peace came from. If I could, I would have wiped away Peter's guilty memories like a mother wipes the remains of a stolen pie off of her child's face. But I couldn't. Jesus could have wiped away every guilty memory as if it never existed. But he didn't. Instead, he did something better. He took the blame, the shame, the pain, and the stain of those memories away, but left the memories, making my husband a better husband, a better friend, and a better Christ follower. Bring your worst memories to Jesus. Let him take the pain, the shame, the blame, and the stain from your worst memories, leaving them to make you a better friend, a better family member, a better Christ follower.